Note that you can use this panel on the side for quickly assigning classes. Let's do benchmark. Benchmarking can split your documents into documents marked for training and some marked for testing. So usually we do 60% for training and 40% for testing. You can make adjustments if you need to, but when we click OK, that's going to go ahead and run a benchmark test. It's essentially going to perform classification. So we'll let it go. You can see some of these documents are now marked for testing and some for training. And while this is running, I'll just mention that one training batch, one classification training batch, is equivalent to one classification model or classifier. And we can create several classifiers inside of one project and specify the appropriate project at the project or batch type level. So we can see some statistics available in a log, but here we see the confusion matrix. The confusion matrix is formed according to the results for the documents that had the status for testing. We can see the statistics according to pages or percent. And we can also view statistics by class. And we can look at confusing classes, those classes that have the most problems. And we can see a markup problem here by double-clicking. We can double-click on this image and we can see that this passport got recognized as a contract. So this is definitely an error, and you can see that the reference class is different than the result class, and you can see it graphically in the confusion matrix, which is very helpful. I can actually right-click on my misclassified image and select Show Similar Pages. And while it's searching for similar pages, what we have here is really a markup error. And maybe it's easy to correct this kind of an error if you've just got 5 to 10 classes, but if you've got more than that, this is new functionality that will help you make corrections to markup errors here. So I can select passport and also show similar pages for reference classes, which will show images with the same reference class. And I can also show similar pages for result class. So if I right-click, and we can see those images. So we can correct the classification, the reference class error right here by selecting the proper reference class, and then we'll retrain our classifier batch. And we can see that our results have improved. Now we'll load our classifier. And once we load our classifier, we can go out and create a new working batch, load up images. Let me get to the correct folder here. and we can recognize all these images for testing. And now we can look through these images and look at what our results are and do further tuning.